Hello there, I'm Kay, and I'm here to talk about an unfortunate experience about my dad's investments in forex and cryptocurrency. Disclaimer: all names used here are the actual aliases and numbers the scammers used. If it belongs to a person you know, kindly message me to help me highlight it to the authorities I'm working with. Please be kind and bear with me if I do not make sense in some parts. I don't have any prior knowledge on these types of investments, and I am only narrating what happened. In summary, my dad got scammed around 103,000 US dollars, equivalent to 5 million Philippine peso, by a UK-based company fronting as a forex trading platform. When I learned about it a little too late, I couldn't accept it, so I came up with a plan on how I can, for the lack of better word, scam the scammer. In the end, I was able to get 0.45 Bitcoin, equivalent to 1.4 million Philippine peso. Not much, but my goal was to at least get something and not walk away empty-handed. If you're interested in how this story unfolds, please keep on watching. My goal here is to raise awareness and hopefully catch these perpetrators operating as a company. I know how hard money is in this pandemic, but we all are on the same boat. Some may be more lucky than others, but I don't think a single soul was spared from it. Kindness goes a long way, and even through hard times, we all must try to be human. Here goes the story. It all started when my dad got a phone call in August 10 from a certain Freya Griffin from this trading platform called platinumhitech. Now, if you Google them, they seem to have a legit website, but if you dig a little more, there are red flags everywhere. Bad reviews here and there, and it is not regulated by any agency. Now, my dad would have stopped at this point, but unfortunately, he previously lost a significant amount from another trading platform and was motivated to recover these losses. On top of that, he is old, not savvy enough to recognize fake documents, and I guess the bottom line is he trusted way too easily. So my dad registered to this website and paid $293 US to open the account, sent verification requirements, and was endorsed to a financial advisor and recovery expert with the alias Stephen James Robinson. James sent these as proof of identity, stolen from a really nice British reporter and journalist I warned after all of this transpired. They started with a 100,000 Philippine pesos so that he can lend him 5,000 US dollars to increase capital and earn big profit faster. He used the analogy a farmer needs inputs and tools in order to produce a good and bountiful harvest. As a good trading expert, he needs big capital to earn bigger profit. My dad was convinced, so he deposited the amount through GCash 711 Click. He opened a Binance account for my dad where he used to trade the 100,000 pesos to a certain Elaine Grace Ramos with this account number and convert 0.04112819 Bitcoin, equivalent to 1,937.96 US dollars. Before that, he asked my dad to open his anydesk in his laptop at home and leave it open while he was doing the cashing in at 7-Eleven. He was also operating the laptop without my dad, so he was able to transfer the money to his own Binance account. Anydesk is a desktop application where one can access remotely to computers running the application. Before the day ended, he asked my dad to produce another 2,500 US dollars for the insurance premium covering the next 6 months of trading. He told him to deposit the 50K to his coins.ph account. He explained that the insurance can identify potential loss and stop it from happening. On August 26, at the end of the session, my dad's account closed with $89,118 US with the equity of $94,411 US. At this point, it's too good to be true, and my dad should have already seen it as a huge red flag. On August 27, he showed off big profits that turned into a whopping $425,606 US. At this point, my dad requested to withdraw the money as it was already more than enough to cover for his previous losses. When the scammer heard this, he told my dad that he needed to pay 1.3 million Philippine peso capital gains tax. Otherwise, the UK and Philippine governments will stop him. He then asked to withdraw a partial amount, but it was not possible. On August 30, the scammer agreed to help in paying the tax required as a friend, and my dad just had to produce 8,000 Philippine pesos on his end. This 800k was then divided into the following transfers: 50k GCash, 50k BPI debit account, 190k through coinsph via Palawan Express, 315k through GCash to a certain Sebastian Ezra Dalberg, 175k through GCash to a certain Romalyn Lazaraga via 7-Eleven Click, 20k to my dad's GCash account via 7-Eleven. All these was transferred to the scammer's Binance account using my dad's Binance account. Now, the scammer's 700,000 contribution was apparently seized, so it was not approved by the government. So in the end, my dad secured another 1 million pesos for tax obligation. The scammer transferred the Binance funds to his account again, and after this, he sent the tax confirmation slip and promised my dad he could withdraw the 425k the next day. Now here's an interesting part. In between all of this, a colleague of this scammer contacted my dad to help facilitate funds withdrawal. And that sicko had a picture that may be his real photo, as I cannot find it on Google. It is a team of scammers also scamming each other. On September 17, the scammer is now asking for a 650,000 transfer fee to be able to withdraw the funds. After my dad transferred, there was a quote-unquote conversion issue with Binance, so he requested for 750,000. On September 20, the scammer sent a copy of a transmittal letter from Raiffeisen Bank amounting to 21 million, and the 410 was withdrawn from my dad's platinumhitech platform. My dad received an email from Raiffeisen Bank that he needed a show money of 1.6 million pesos in his BPI account and 1.6 million pesos in his Binance account. On September 20, the scammer convinced my dad that he needs to transfer 2 million again to his Binance account. At this point, he threw in jargon like liquidity check, liquid swap, Binance leverage token, which didn't make any sense, but my dad was confused yet again and unfortunately convinced. At this point, I somehow found out about everything, and it made me furious. I made up my mind to devise a plan to con the scammer. I told my dad to ask the scammer to talk to me. When the scammer talked to me, I dramatized that I had 28 Ethereums and 3 Bitcoins managed by my friend, and I wanted to invest in him because my dad spoke very highly of him. I said I had a spare 20k that I wanted to invest in him. He requested for 50k as he can grow my money fast. I agreed I could if I could see my dad's earnings in Binance in a video call. He agreed. He talked to my dad again, confused him, and moved him to an upgraded platform Imperial Funding, where his 400k magically reappeared. I see that he is already making way for my 50k investment. I also name dropped a competitor scam trading platform and that I'm supposed to talk to them soon and hear out what they offer. He called me the next day and said that my dad is not tech savvy, so it's hard to teach him how to use Binance. I said I won't give away my money if I don't see money in my dad's Binance. He told me that my dad's earnings are in the trading platform and he could only show the liquidity swap amount in my dad's Binance. I told him it's fine and I had to agree at this point. He was left with no choice but to put money in my dad's Binance, which he did, and after that my dad disconnected him, and that's how it ended. After that, my dad still received death threats and hundreds of phone calls. The audacity. I hope these people get what they deserve. If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening to me. If you saw familiar names or faces, please help me seek out justice. Our hard-earned money was lost during a difficult period, and I can only hope and pray this does not happen to anybody else. I can only dream that these perpetrators get caught and our hard-earned money returned to us. I know that's a long shot, but if you want to help me in any way, I'd much appreciate it. Please leave a comment or email me at helpoutk@gmail.com.